letter writing. Yes. Hello, students. Now, if you're talking about letter, majority of students, they don't know how to write letter, and it is not their fault. It is due to the fact that majority of them, they are not familiar with letter writing, unlike in those days when we do write letters. Okay, under letter we have two types of letter, which are formal and informal letter. Now, what are the differences between formal and informal letter? If you're talking about formal letter is an official letter. Formal letter is a letter written to someone that you don't know. Formal letter is a letter written to someone that you are not familiar with. Formal letter has two addresses: your own personal address and the address of the addressee. Formal letter do have a title, and the salutation of formal letter is quite different from that of informal letter. Now, what is informal letter? If you're talking about informal letter is a letter written to your siblings, someone you are familiar with, your neighbors, your boss, your relatives, your uncles, your nephew, your brothers, your sisters, your father, your mother. Okay? If you're talking about informal letter has only one address alone. And if you want to write informal letter, there's a room for you to express yourself. You can make use of idiomatic expression. Even your write-up can be voluminous. Okay? The structure of informal letter is quite different from formal letter. Then the closure of informal letter ends with yours sincerely, while that of formal letter ends with yours faithfully. Now, I'm going to teach you how to write both formal and informal letter. If you are to write address, it is very important for you to write the number of your address, but don't put number, don't put NO or NUMBE har. Okay? Just write the number. Okay? 3. Borders Street, comma 3, comma Borders Street. Now you will see that the letter that starts the word borders is written in what? In uppercase. B. Then look at these streets. The alphabet is written in uppercase. Why? Because these two are proper nouns. Okay? 3. Borders Street. Then you write that location where you reside. Akure, that's where we are in Akure. 3, Border Street, Akure, comma, Ondo State. Ondo State. Full stop. You can see the way I write my Akure, capital A. Okay? I write it in uppercase. Likewise, O. Capital O. If you like, you can put hyphen here. But if you don't like, you can remove it. Ondo State. Some of the same thing. Ondo State. But there must be gap here. Okay? Don't merge it together. Ondo State. Your S must be written in what? In uppercase. Uppercase O, uppercase S. If you are writing to someone that is in abroad, then you write Nigeria. You write Nigeria. Okay? If you have to write Nigeria, let's assume you are writing to someone that is in abroad. This will not be full stop. This will be comma. Then you just write Nigeria. After Nigeria, you put comma before you write your date. Okay. Before you write dates, you write what? You write Nigeria. Maybe probably you are writing to someone that's in abroad. Okay? You write your country where you reside before you write date. Now, we are not writing to someone that's in abroad now. We are writing to someone that in our what? In our geographical location. Okay? Today's date, let us just pick any date. Let's pick any date. 24 24th April 2021. Come on. Okay? Can you see? 24th. It will be very wrong for you to write your 24th in what? In a position form. This is wrong. This is not acceptable. And don't write your 24th like this. Some people, they don't know how to position their numbers. Some, they don't know how to do what? How to position their number. Okay? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, okay, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Okay, that's how it goes. You get it now? So when you're writing your dates, the TH must be in the same position with the 2 and 4. You can see the way I wrote my own, 24th. Don't write it in this form. It is not acceptable. 24th April 2021. And make sure you make use of your punctuation marks. It will be very wrong for you to write date without punctuation marks. You punctuate it well. Can you see? 3, comma, Border Street, comma, Akure, comma, Ondo State, full stop, 24th April, comma, 2021. Do you get it now? That is how to write address. This is a block form. Okay? Now, you are now writing to, let's assume we are writing to the proprietor of a school. Let's assume we are writing to a proprietor of a school. You are writing an application letter. Okay? Your address, you write this way. You come, after you might have written your own address, you move to the left-hand side below. Okay? The gap must not be too much. Okay? The proprietor, can you see capital P? Proprietor. This is how to write proprietor. Look at my T, capital P. Okay? Then the name of that school. Like I said, let's assume we are writing to a school. God Grace Academy. Okay? Oshile. Okay? Akure, Ondo State. Full stop. Can you see? Now, this is how to write the address of the addressee. You don't need to write date again. So far, you've written date here. It will be very wrong for you to write dates again. You don't need to write date. You don't write dates, okay? Akure, Ondo State, full stop. It's okay. Then, if you're writing the address of the addressee, the address of the addressee must not cross under your own address. The address of the addressee must not cross under your own address. Okay? There must be space. Do you get it now? You can see the way I write my own. This address must not cross under this. There must be what? Space in between the address of the writer and the address of the addressee. After that, what next is salutation. Dear, can you see? Dear sir or ma. Why do we have to write dear sir or ma? Because the person we are writing to, we don't know, maybe the person is a female or a male. So you write dear sir or ma. Do you get it now? So after this salutation, what follows is the title of your letter. Like I said earlier, formal letter has title. Formal letter do have what? Title. Now, okay, let us write a title. The title will fall under the address of the addressee. I mean the address under this. From here to this side. Okay? It's going to be below the title. Do you get me now? You can write the title as long as you wish. Okay? So, the title must be in the middle. Don't come down to this place and start writing your title down to this side. It must start from the middle. Okay? Write it. Okay, let me cite some example for you. We are still on title. Assuming I'm looking for an employment. Okay. Application. Can you see? Application. For teaching position. Application for teaching position. Application for teaching position. Now you can write your title either in small letter or in capital letter, but it will be advisable for you to write your title in capital letter. Why? Because if you are to write it in small letter, you have to do what? You have to write the alphabet that starts each word with what? With capital letter. For example, look at this application. If you want to write it in small letter, and if you are writing in small letter, you rule. Okay, let's write it in small letter. Application, okay, for teaching position. Can you see? Application for teaching position, then you underline. You underline it. Then listen to me. You don't punctuate, don't put full stop at the end of your title. You don't put full stop at the end of your title. You can see this one, the one written above, you see there's no full stop. Likewise this, there's no full stop. So you don't put full stop at what? At the end of your title. Application for teaching position. You can choose any of the two. Okay? If you can't write it this way, it's better for you to write in the upper case. So after that, you leave a margin. If you are writing a letter, you make use of paragraphs. You make use of what? Paragraphs. You don't just write verbatim. Don't write closer to the line, to the edge of your notes. Just like that, down without any paragraph. Paragraphs add beauty to what? To your write-up. Okay? You make use of paragraph. Then, let's assume now, we want to write now, start from this side. Okay? Introduction. My name is, introduce yourself. My name is Bello Razak. Bello Razak. Okay? Then you continue like that. The first paragraph of your formal letter, you have to do what? You have to introduce yourself. Then the second paragraph, you ricochet the ball to the goalpost. That is, you go straight to the point. You deliver the message you want to deliver. In formal letter, there's no room for you to be greeting the person you are writing to because you don't know the person. It is not even acceptable when you are writing a letter, a formal letter. You don't greet. Okay? After introduction, even if you like, you can just decide not to introduce yourself. Maybe you can introduce yourself at the end of your letter. It depends on the way you do what you structure your letter. Okay? So, make sure all your expressions are well arranged and your tenses must be what? Must be good. Do you get me now? You make use of punctuation marks. Make use of punctuation marks whenever you are writing letter, at the body of your letter. You make use of punctuation marks. You put punctuation marks where it's supposed to be. All these are very necessary. Then, don't make use of vulgar language. Don't use vulgar language when you are writing formal letter. Don't use any form of grammar that is big. Okay? Use simple language. Then, everything must be well organized. Your letter must be able to do what? must be able to attract the reader. And if you are asked to write to a particular person, okay, maybe probably when you're writing your WAEC, you are given an instruction to write a letter to Minister of Agriculture. Don't write to the governor. If you are asked to write to your principal, don't write to your teacher. You follow the instructions given. Okay? Then, whatever they ask you to write about, let it reflect at the body of your letter. Not only that, the concluding aspect of formal letter ends with yours sincerely. The closure. You write yours sincerely, you want to write it, maybe after you might have written everything, you write it at what? At the right hand side below. You write it this form, yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. Can you see? Yours faithfully. Capital Y, small o, small u, small r, small x. Don't put apostrophe. If you write in this form, you are wrong. Don't put apostrophe. Okay? And make sure you make use of punctuation marks. And that your Y must not be written in small letter. Don't write like this, yours faithfully. If you write like this, you are wrong. Don't write this way. But this is acceptable. This is acceptable rather. Yours faithfully. This and this, they are not acceptable. Why? Because this one has apostrophe and this one is written in small letter. So it's better for you to write it this way. Capital Y, okay? Then your S, no apostrophe, okay? Then look at my F. My F is not written in capital letter, small letter F, okay? Yours faithfully. Then after faithfully, what follows is your signature. You write your signature. Signature, okay? Signature. Then after signature, your full name. Your full name. Adams Eze Bello. Can you see? That's your full name. Adams Eze Bello. That's all. That is how to write formal letter. Now let us go to informal letter. How to write informal letter. How to write informal letter. Don't forget, I said informal letter. These are letters written to what? To your siblings. It is not an official letter. It is a letter that you can write to someone that you are familiar with. That your brother, your mommy, your uncle, wherever. Okay? Now, like I said earlier, informal letter has one address. It's not like formal letter. It has only one address. Okay? Let's write our address. Like I said, you don't number, just write 3. We're going to use the same address. Borders Street. Okay? Akure. Okay? Ondo State. (26th January). Let us use January, 2021. Okay? Can you see? Akure, Ondo State, not Ondo State, Akure. Do you get it now? Akure, Ondo State. Come on. Those of you that's in Ibadan, you write Ibadan or your state. Okay? 26th January, comma. We have comma here. 2021. Now, without wasting our time, after that, what you just have to do in informal letter, the next thing is what? You move down to what? To left hand side below. Salutation follows. Dear, if you are writing to your uncle, you write uncle. If you like, you can mention the name of that your uncle. If that your uncle is bearing Tolu, write Uncle Tolu. If that your uncle is bearing Uncle Razak or Uncle Ahmed, write Uncle Ahmed. Okay? Now, dear uncle, look at my uncle, look at this. Can you see capital D, capital U? Dear uncle Azan. Dear Uncle Azan. Can you see capital D, capital U, capital H? That is how to write it. Yes, if you are writing informal letter, you know, some students are fond of greeting. Whenever they want to write letter, how are you? How's everything? No. That is old style, old form of writing letter. Okay? You don't start your letter with greetings. Especially if you are writing informal letter. You can start with this. After writing dear uncle, then you come down to this side. Don't let the margin to be too wide. Okay? Don't let it to be too wide. And this your dear uncle must not fall under your address. Do you get me now? So you know how to manage your paper. Okay? Start like this. You don't greet. You can start with this. It's belong. It's belong. It's belong. It's belong. I have the intention to write to you. Or you can start with it is my pleasure. You can say it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure to write this letter to you. Okay? Like I said, you don't start your informal letter with greetings. You can start with it is my pleasure to write this letter to you. Okay? You can start with anything. Then your greetings can come at the middle or at the end of your letter. Depend the way you do what you arrange your words. It depends on the structure of your sentences. Okay? Now, in informal letter, if you're writing informal letter, you have the right to use any form of language. You have the right to greet. You have the right to express yourself anyhow. Okay? That is the logic when you are writing what? When you are writing informal letter. Informal letter can be lengthy. Then make sure you make use of what? Of punctuation marks. Make sure you punctuate your what? Your sentences properly. And if you are asked to do what? To write an informal letter to your mother, don't write to your daddy. You focus on the instruction given to you. Those of you that want to write WAEC or NECO, okay? Make sure you read the instruction given to you before you do what? Before you attempt whatever you want to write on. You read, okay? If you're asked to write to your brother, don't write to your sister. And the content of that letter must manifest at the body of your what? Of your letter. That is very germane. Okay? Then, after that, the way you end your informal letter is quite different from the way you end your formal letter. If you want to end your informal letter, you end it with yours sincerely. Look at my own. Yours sincerely. Okay? Come on. Yours sincerely. Look at my yours. Don't write your yours. Don't put apostrophe. It's very wrong for you to write yours like this. And your sincerely, capital S. You are wrong. Don't write it this way. This is not acceptable. But this one is what is acceptable. Yours sincerely. Yours sincerely. S. Small s. How you see? Yours. This S must be small. Smaller case. Okay? Lower case. Yours sincerely. Your S for sincerely must not be written in uppercase. It must be written in small, lower case. Yours sincerely. Okay? And don't put apostrophe. Then after that, you write your name. If you like, you can write Yours affectionately, yours brother, okay? So that is how to write informal letter. I believe with the way I've explained to you, you are able to comprehend and gain 1 or 2 points from my discussions. I am still your English tutor, Mr. Ebenezer. I'm going to stop here. In our next class, we're going to continue with another topic entirely. Yes, if you have any question to ask, you can call on the lines that are displaying on your TV set. Thank you. God bless you.